Well, hello, I'm Jeanette, the North Dawn coach. I'm so glad that you're here with me today. I'm going to give a little bit of an update on my ongoing saga to get more balance, more integration between the work that I'm doing and building out more of my personal life. And if you are just joining me for the first time here, there are a couple of videos that I will drop into the description box that will give you a little bit of the backstory on this. But I'm going to jump right into, here's what has happened this week and let you catch up there if you haven't seen it earlier. But the big headline for me is I had a breakthrough in my thinking about this relative to planes, or specifically the 747. And the breakthrough is not connected to, oh, I need to go on some more trips. Although I'm not opposed to that. Mind you, I would be happy to go on some more trips. That's not a problem for me. But I just want to say that my breakthrough in planning around balance and integration is not associated with the trip. It's associated with the 747 itself. All right, so let me just give you a little bit of the check-in on how I did on my struggles with building in margin in my schedule so that during the work week, I don't feel so overwhelmed. Okay, I didn't do so great. It honestly was a packed full week, and I don't want to continue to do that. I really do want to bring in more time so that I can just breathe in between. Now, all of this said, I really am so grateful for the clients and the projects that I'm working on. That's not the problem. I'm enjoying all of that. My problem is me and getting more control of how I'm scheduling. So my thought here, and it's not just the thoughts, what I have put in action is I've realized that building in more time in the schedule is not an in-the-moment activity. It has to be done in advance, and actually well in advance. So what I have done is to build in, as I realized this during the course of last week, I made sure that I was putting more structured time in my calendar for this coming week so that I would have not just back to back, but there would be some break time. And I'm noticing that I need to do that for more than just 1 week, but I need to do that into the future. So I'm starting to apply that. And I will report back about how this coming week feels. It is still full, but it's not quite as full as this last week. So hopefully that will move me forward there. On the second big chunk, I had wanted to do, as I reported in from, actually, I filmed last week's video from going on a little jaunt into the, outdoors, and I didn't want to do it. I did not feel like I had the time to do it, but once I was there and seeing the beautiful green hills, I was certainly enjoying it. So I was thinking I was gonna do another one of those sorts of things. However, what happened is I paid the price in how tired I was from the back-to-back during the week. And so by the time it came to the weekend where I could do something like that, I was honestly just so tired I didn't want to do that. Here's where the breakthrough around the 747 comes in. So what did happen is I was watching a documentary around the Boeing 747, sort of the lifespan of this. I think they call it the Queen of the Skies. So the lifespan around this plane. And I noticed I was so engaged in the documentary, and my business has nothing to do with flight or plane travel. So it certainly wasn't a work video. So it fell into the, other aspects of my life balance. And I think this is the real clue that I have from there. I have been going after, well, what can I do? Because I have, from that strength assessment, we know that the appreciation for beauty and excellence is one thing that draws me. But what I noticed in this video engagement is my other strength areas, two of my other strength areas were also engaged, which is I have a love of learning and curiosity, which are interrelated strengths, but slightly different from one another. And I think all of the elements were represented in, or all three of my strength areas, there are other ones, but these three strength areas were recognized in this video about the Boeing 747. One, I think there's this excellence to the engineering and all of the things there. So that was compelling for me, but also just that natural curiosity and love of learning more about this plane that has had such a long lifespan. I think just interesting note from the documentary, I think I recall that the last of the Boeing 747s were produced, the last one was 2022, if I'm remembering that correctly. Anyway, so this is a big clue for me, because I think what I really need are the compelling things that are just gonna like so engage me that they pull me out of my natural magnet draw to be thinking or working on my business. So if I can find more things, not that I'm not suggesting that I want to sit down and watch a bunch of documentaries, because I really need less screen time, not more screen time. But the big clue is, how can I find more of these things that I'm naturally curious about, that are engaging to me because I'm learning, and that really draw me in? I'll note that I think another compelling aspect that isn't necessarily a strength area that's called out is the nostalgia connected to the subject of this particular documentary. The 747, I think, was the beginning of production was sometime around either before I was born or right around that period of time. And so it's been for, many, many years of my life, a thing in the background. And so the 747, when I look at, the pictures from the documentary, bring up really good feelings associated with, younger days of, the possibilities of travel and, just all of those sorts of things. So I think that is another clue for what I should be looking for that would really engage me. So I'm going to pull all of those elements together. I'm going to look for how I can add some elements of the combination of the strengths, not just the one, and see if that makes a difference in this coming week. And then I am going to report back to you on how it goes. So I am curious, is this anything? Am I the only one? Or are you also thinking about some of these things, same things? Are you looking for more balance at this point, particularly if you're a 50+ Gen Xer? Would love to hear your thoughts, and you can join me down below in the comments and we can have a conversation. Thanks for joining me today, and we'll talk again soon. Take care.